I've never.
They're already like 40 minutes long as is.
I've never actually done that. But
Maybe you should. Okay, we are going to, so graphing we should have been fine with, yes? Finding all the pieces? Yeah? Now we're going to write equations. But today I'm going to give you the equation. We're going to get them in standard form. Tomorrow I'm going to give you information and you're going to have to write it based off that. Sorry. Okay. So first things first, is this in standard form? It's not, right? Okay. Because what should it always equal? It has to always equal 1, right? So how do I get 225 to equal 1? Divide, right? Because if you subtract 225, what does it become? 0, which is not what you want. Does that make sense? So you're going to divide everything by 225. I'll slow way down. I'll talk really slow today. Is that, I can't do that. Is that okay? Now, is this now in standard form? Because it now equals 1. So is it in standard form now? Why not? What's causing it not to be in standard form?
25.
Right, you still have a coefficient with x squared and y squared, and we can't have that. So, 25 divided by 225. You have a calculator. So you would do 225 divided by 25. That's 9. Check it. It's 9. I'm doing it without, I don't even have the key done. I thought I did, but I don't. X squared. What? Yep, Now, if you do 225 divided by 9, it is 25.
So you can just bring it
No,
down.
I'm dividing it.
But yeah, but
It's not always going to work that they're the same. You're just dividing. So to get this number, take 225 divide by 25, and it gets 9. Take 225 divided by 9, you get 25. What were you going to say, Caleb? You're not going to sound stupid. Are we good here? Now, let me ask you some questions. Does this stretch horizontally or vertically? How do you know it's vertical? The bigger number is underneath the y. Okay? Now, if I asked you, what would A be, what would B be, and what would C be? What is A? 5. B is 3. And what is C? 4. Because 25 minus 9 is 16. Yes? Square root of 16, 4. Yeah? Are we good there? Okay. Now, what's different between example 1 and example 2? There's now an x term. So can I just divide the 28 and be happy? No. What is in parentheses that we're probably going to have to do today? Complete the squares is exactly what we did for our circles. So first step, move the x with the x squared. So I have 4x squared plus 24x plus y squared equals 28. Is everybody okay with me? Now I'm going to complete this square before I do anything else. Okay? So, but the thing is, when we completed this square last week, we never had a coefficient in front of my x squared, right? We just took b and divided by 2. But do I have a coefficient in front of my x squared now?
Yeah.
What is it? It's a 4. I'm going to, now listen and watch. I'm going to factor a 4 out of these two. Why am I going to factor a 4 out of those two? Sorry, I should look back and can't look. You're just fixing this. I know. These have x's, correct? Does this have an x?
No.
So like they're not like terms, but they're similar terms. Is that a fair statement? Do you see what I mean by that? So I'm going to take a 4 out. I'm going to be left with x squared plus 6x and then plus y squared equals 28. Are we still okay with me? Yeah? Now we're going to complete this square. So bring down the 4. X squared plus 6x plus my completing this square term plus y squared equals 28. What must I also put over here with the 28? My underline, my completing the square term, right? Because you've got to do it to both sides.
You can only do it to half.
Huh? Yes.
I didn't know that.
It's only a thing when you complete the square with two variables. It's just fine. How do I complete this square though? It's b divided by 2 and then squared. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. 3 squared is 9. What do I add over here? No. No. Nope. Why is it 36? Because this 4 is still attached to it. So if I were to change anything here, it's 4 times 9, which is 36. That's why we have the same name.
All right, let's not.
I'm just kidding.
Next time I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be.
Oh my god. No. Who was I walking with this morning? I was walking with somebody and they're like, why did you do that? I was like, it's fine. She's okay.
No, my friend too. She was like, what the?
You're like, it's Coop. We just can't explain her. Okay. So now we complete the square. 4 still comes down. This is when I do that factored thing. Do you guys remember how I do that? I put the x in here, right? What goes in here? How do you know it's always plus 3? Or how do you know it's plus 3? It's always your b divided by 2 term. So x plus 3 squared plus y squared equals 28. Or nope, equals 64. Sorry. Equals 64. My bad. Now is it looking more like standard form? It's still not. What's the difference I still need to get to? I got to get, that 64 has to become a what? A 1. So I'm going to divide everything by 64. Well, this now equals 1. Y squared over 64 still stays, correct? What is 4 divided by 64? It's 16. Okay, so which way does this one stretch? Which way? Sorry, I had this going, and then Tyler's like this. It's vertical. Why is it vertical? Because a squared is underneath the y. A squared is underneath the y. Okay, let's do one more together, and then I'm going to send you. All right, here we go. What do I have to do on this first? No. Yes, you're definitely going to want to subtract the 52. Okay, anything else? You want anything with a variable on the left side, anything not with a variable on the right side. Sorry. What?
I was gonna say make sure all the y's.
Yep, let's put the x's and the y's together. So I'm going to have 9x squared minus 36x plus y squared plus 10y. Yeah? Okay, so that's where we are here. What I do next? I factored. Now, do I need to factor the x squared term? Is there a coefficient attached to the x squared? Yes, if there's a coefficient attached to the x squared, you have to factor it out. So I'm going to take out a 9. You're left with x squared minus 4x.
Wait, why don't we take out an x?
No, because you need it to have x squared next to complete the square.
That's what I was
You're not trying to find a GCF. The coefficient cannot be on the x squared. Everything else stays the same. You just cannot have a coefficient on the x squared. Does the y squared have a coefficient? No, so I'm just going to leave it as is. So plus y squared plus 10y equals negative 52. Okay, now I need to complete this square, correct? So the 9 comes down. X squared minus 4x plus what? 4. Plus y squared plus 10y. Do I have to complete the square on this one as well? Yeah, because there's a y squared and a y. If you only have a y squared and a y, you got to complete the square. Plus what?
Just one that you don't, there's just one that you don't have to replace.
So with this one, the y square was by itself, which is why I didn't have to complete this square.
Okay.
This one has a y with it, so you got to complete the square. So what's this piece though? 25.
Wait, why is there 25 with it?
Because you got to complete this square on this side. Because it's got a y class. So this is going to be, as Caleb got really excited about, 36 plus 25. 61. Yes. You have to add 61 over here, which makes it 9. If you do negative 52 plus 61, you get 9. Because you have to add 36 and 25.
I was wondering where you added there.
B divided by 2 and squared. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. 5 squared is 25. You got to complete this square twice. Completing the square is done. 9 comes down. I got to factor it. X what? Yep, minus 2 to the quantity squared. Plus, because it's always b divided by 2. So negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. Here's the other way if you think about it. If you did x minus 2 times x minus 2, negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4.
Why is that negative? Because the 4x is negative?
Yes. It's always b divided by 2. So what comes in here with the y? A positive 5 equals 9. What do I need to do? Divide everything by 9. So you get x minus 2 squared plus y plus 5 squared over 9 equals 1. I would like you to try to do the next one, please. Please.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Would B be 36?
No. You got to factor out the 9.
Yeah, well, oh, so it would be 4.
Uh-huh. You got to factor out the 9 before you do anything. Smooth move. Smooth move. Okay, here's the other half of that paper that I gave you one side.
I got it.
Oh, I know. But remember when I said I gave you my original copy?
Yeah.
It's fine. Ready? Should I like slow reveal or just hit you like a ton of bricks? Hit you like a ton of bricks. There it is. Tyler, you got it?
How did you get? I get that side, but x plus 2.
Because it's always whatever the variable is here, the linear version of it, and then whatever is in with a factor is always b divided by 2.
Right. So why would it be 4x plus 4 instead of 4x plus 2?
Because you got to divide b by 2 and then square it.
I didn't know.
Oh, sorry, I was confused by which 2 you went on. Sorry. Yeah, you got it. B divided by 2 squared is you're completing the square term. This part is divided by 2, Arya. This part's squared. Square it first and then divide by 2 when you factor it. Try the one directly underneath the one you just did. Please, you didn't finish it.
I was at the very
How did
end.
you get 324?
Because you do 224, right? Then you do 9 times 4, which is 36. And then 4 times 16, which is 64. 36 plus 64 is 100. 100 plus 224 is 324.
You show me the work that last one is? Looks like a lot of work.
Just do it.
Oh, are we doing this?
Wait,
Yep, you're doing this one right here.
Can we just do
Oh,
one? That one?
No, we're doing this one.
I already started doing it. How are you gonna
Well,
do
that
it?
sucks. You didn't even finish the one I asked you to do.
Yeah,
This is the one I want you to
the
do.
very end, I just didn't feel like getting out my calculator and doing.
Well, I'm just telling you that's the one you're doing now.
That's dumb.
Well, I don't care. Moving on. Yeah, we still have to talk about eccentricity.
Are we doing another one?
Right. That's what you should get. Make sure you're checking it, please. We have to talk about eccentricity, and then we'll be done for the day. I'll give you guys your homework. Yeah.
Wait, which one are we doing?
The back, the stuff that you don't know how to do yet.
Well, they need to get me around.
That's true. You will need the eccentricity for tomorrow. So eccentricity is E. It's always between 0 and 1. To find now, I'm not sure if I talked about this very clearly in this class. Eccentricity is how close your ellipse is to a circle. So if your eccentricity is really close to 1, it's almost a circle. If it's close to 0, then it's really far away from a circle. To find it, it is always E equals C over A. So you're going to have to be able to find A, B, and C. All right, so first example. What does A equal? A is 7, B is, and C is? Good catch. Square root of 13. Okay, so my eccentricity is the square root of 13 over 7. Put it in your calculator. We're gonna, let's round it to the hundredths. I'm gonna play with that. Bless you. Round it to the hundredth, please.
Does this have to be in a certain node?
Nope. As long as, nope. It'll work no matter what.
Oh, yeah.
So I got 0.52. Is that close to being a circle? No. No. Mm-mm. Last one. Find the eccentricity, please. Not dumb.
I said I think dumb.
Did you get your eccentricity be 0.8?
On the dot?
0.8 on the dot. Your homework is all of them on there. 5 through 13. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not that many.